I don't know. I'm half asleep here. I've literally only had like 3-4 hours sleep. I'm only doing this so I can stay up. I'm that tired. I was literally falling asleep earlier. Okay. I'll say once a minute passes. So, it was either this or Rainbow. And, well, I didn't feel like playing Rainbow tonight. I don't know. I just did not feel like playing Rainbow. So I decided this. Oh, so, to anyone, at the very beginning, there's a lot of speech and that I have to read out, blah, blah, blah. And it can actually trigger, like, not my voice, obviously, because my voice always triggers people. But how the story is going might trigger people. This is going to be the start of the second playthrough, which means everything after Kaine's stoning is what happens, really. Yeah, I really need to get the fucking sleep. At 3 minutes I'll be starting it with or without people. Oh god, why am I doing this? I literally have my hot chips in front of me. I have my drink in front of me. I am going to kill myself after today. Yep. Today I'm going to kill myself. No, actually, but my voice is going to kill myself is what I mean. My voice is going to hate me after literally 20 minutes in this part. It will all make sense. But be warned, it might trigger people. It won't trigger me. It made me sad, but it didn't trigger me. But I actually know someone who could actually be triggered by what's going to happen soon. So, trigger warning. And when I mean trigger warning, I mean like it could put you in a depressive state, hard to get out of, that type of triggering. Not, how fucking dare you! How dare you! Not that type of triggering. Yeah, I'm not that kind of a cunt. Yeah, I'm actually still in a good mood. So far, I've only had 2 people hate my guts today. That's actually sad. Parrot and Boy. Boy hates me for the customs I put him through, and Parrot because I kicked him from the party. But what can I say? I am still king. Oh yeah, I forgot to. Did I change it? I'm going to go to big screen. I don't talk for. Did I change it? Game settings. Which one is it? No. Did I change it last time? I can't remember if I did or not. Which one is it? Oh, Word. Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. I know how to unlock it. Doing the boy doesn't do anything because that's part 1. Act 1. It's technically called Act 1, not part 1. So yeah. Might as well wear something different. Okay. My voice is going to kill me. It took me 20 minutes on my own last time. Oh yeah, I have to... I still can't believe I got the speedrun trophy. Oh yeah, I did say I was going to warn someone. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I don't talk through cutscenes, so if you see a cutscene or characters talking, I will not speak through it. And also, I love the little add-in thing down the bottom of the loading system. These costumes don't do add anything. So, just...
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway...
Here we go. This is the part where I have to read out. A lot. There's a lot here. This part could trigger a lot of people. You know, actually, I'm going to send one more message. One more little message. Before I go all serious. This actually made me sad. Okay. The sound of rain filled the village. By the way, this is about Kaine. Steep cliffs that surrounded the area. Magnified sound causing even the slightest digital fuck to rattle like a thunderstorm. 1 second. Yep. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly towards the wooden, hawk-shaped weather barn at the center of town. I'm so again fucking copyright claimed. Who cares? The wanderer reached the barn, I'm gonna call it that, which had existed for as long as it could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delighted and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down. The young one's short hair began its long descent to the ground. I should also mention, I will not be reading the Forest of Myth one because I'll be skipping through that. It doesn't change in any of the playthroughs. For the fifth time I've said that. So I'll be skipping that. There's not much of this reading part left. There's this, and 2 in walkthrough 3. That's it. I'm not counting Forest of Myth. Fucking hell. Come on. Come on. Child felt a slight breeze. Watch as the vase slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that way for a moment, finally settled with the beak pointing firmly towards the east. East? Really? I'm not doing voices, by the way, guys. Before the vase could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. Oh. Force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no, they found me. Heartbreaking smile creeped across this child's face as the stones continued their assault. Oh god damn it. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice ran out. Yo, who? Kaine. The voice belonged to Dimmo, worst of all the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skiddling through the mud. It bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Dimmo and his usual gang of idiots. Boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravo. I can't pronounce certain words, guys, so bear with me. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Did you finally decide to run from home? First she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. By the way, this is the only text thing in this entire stream that I'm going to be doing. Even though this goes on for a while. Yeah, I'm done with this. Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps... Hi, Todd. Hi, Sam. I went the wrong way when I was checking the comments, so that's why I took a little longer off the blue screen. The other children scrambled to surround her, cruelly burning in their eyes. Kaine knew Those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents to watch from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to this sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. Man, this is actually sad. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. Yeah, people can be assholes. A society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated, possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong, be brave, he can't hurt me. He can't hurt me, he can't hurt. Aw, this is fucking hell. By the way, when I first went through this actually made me a little emotional. Oh look, the little freak's gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? No joke. This actually might trigger me now that I think about it. Considering that most people hate my guts and wants me dead. No joke, I literally was told that today. On my stream. Like, not chat, on a message that you guys wouldn't have been able to see. Parrot was sending me shit. Kaine prayed for the rain to flow down and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her as Damo creeped over ever closer. Clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. And the weather hates me. I'm useless, a failure. This Damo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leering glaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved further until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kaine's face with thick fingers and yanked it upwards. She tried to turn her away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his...
I might watch later.
Okay. Okay, all good, Sam. Fuck. Sorry, I just got that image in my head. He forced her gaze back, and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Show me. No. Did you just say no? Damo grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Taking his attention from Kaine, he called his minions. Come on, guys, let's give this freak what she deserves. Oh, God. Oh, my God. This is bringing back memories. Oh, man, this brings back kind of good memories because I kept outsmarting the bullies. Damo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Damo paused, still grinning as Kaine crawled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vase. It continued to point east, as it supposedly superiorly confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go. Okay, that one I can't relate. I can half relate to that one. Excuse me. Hey, no joke, I had an entire disease named after me in school. And... yeah. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of rain, letting it become her world entirely. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare to open a single blood-caked eye. Ugh. Kaine was shocked to see Damo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. Yeah, it's good to have someone defending you. She could see blood whirling from spaces between her fat, twisted fingers. Oh my God, he's crying. He's actually crying. Diverse of their... Deprived of their leader, the other children glazed back and forth between themselves, as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began to easily shuffle away from Kaine. But the young girl was the least of their concern. Give me a second. Instead, their attention was rapt on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. Kaine's salvation, that's literally the song. Love it. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke, voice thick with that rage. That's like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. I let the music play for a minute, I love the music. I don't care about getting copyright claimed. Okay, that's good enough. If I play it for too long, I might get copyright striked. Like, I'm still playing the music, I'm talking now. Now I suggest you if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, do far worse than throw a rock, you can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Dino was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound, twisted back and forth. Oh! Ow, he screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it, what are you doing? Quit whining. Ain't no one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch, a big one. That thing could have killed me. The old woman shrugged. I wish I had a protector like this. Death is the best cure for stupid. Sorry, that is funny. Oh man. Damo's face twisted with rage at her words, locking his eyes on Kaine. He took a step backwards and spat on the ground. Get out! Leave this village! No one wants you here, either of you! Whew! Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Damo and his companions turned tail and ran. And as they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked at a single laugh. Look at the fat boy go. I don't know why. I love this Kaine as a kid story. Don't know why. Sad too, but still. Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. Woman smiled, faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her scarf and placed it around the young girl's shoulders. Then produced a cloth from the fold of her dress. Began blotting out the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kaine, she said, why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. Words of her grandma stung Kaine, and she turned around. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters out anymore. Oh. Sad. Tears held in check for so long finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. Okay, get rid of the last thing and you have practically what everyone says to me every day. I wish I was dead. Oh man, I know that feeling. As Kaine's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandma's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminished size, she was a woman of surprising strength. And Kaine found herself unable to turn away. Oh god, I can't stop burping. I haven't even eaten anything in a tiny bit. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms. Swirled. In the next, it grants no mercy to any that attempt to cross it. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. By the way, even though this story is long, it is very important. Oh, god damn it, I can't stop burping. Oh, still can't stop burping. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. Not the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know because you survived it. The words hit home. Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother. But when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Sadly, my real grandma had passed away 2 years ago. 2 years ago? Yeah, 2019. Early 2019, like January. Grandma, as Kaine called out, was cunning, frugal, and quick to violence. And their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kaine and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud, with tears and blood caking her face, Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Aww. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things, but somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Of course not. Don't be an ass. Oh man. Oh yeah, I forgot there's probably swearing here too. Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shroud round her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If it was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't... She interrupted Grandma. Will not hear another word of this nonsense. By the way, the reason why I'm not doing voices is because it's going to be hard enough for my voice reading all of this. You're my granddaughter and I love you. If the folks have a problem with that, they can just go to fucking hell. Okay, I added that. With that, the old woman reached out, placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. Skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems. Losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. No. Stop the map! Okay, that's not a bird, that's a yawn. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet her grandmother somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? Just stumbled on them while I was out doing the shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kaine to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kaine's heart hurt. Oh. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. Oh god, my eyes. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandma as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work. But it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kaine blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? I'm pretty! Of course you are. What a foolish thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. My head itchy. Her grandmother smiled. We're gonna be fine, you and me, she said. Long as we got each other, we'll be just fine. Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers. Two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kaine gripped her hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. It's a beautiful story. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vase, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Oh. Kaine let her gaze drift past the vase into the cloudy sky. Last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. She turned and headed for home. The lights shattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on a breeze. I think this is the longest in the game, this thing. By the way, you saw Kaine's house. I'll be passing by that during the stream. Oh wait, will I be passing that during the stream? Depends on the order of things. In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sound of an axe striking wood. This noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood had been produced, however, was as far from work of art as could be. Pieces of every shape and size. Give me a second, need to wink. What time is it? 9 o'clock, shit. Been flung around a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Kaine's grandma flailed away with the axe, flinging in the air with both splinters of wood, which that would make the most hardened sailor blush. Grandma, called Kaine. That you, Kaine? Yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Don't get too close or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake. She brought down the axe on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine, close enough for her. Dun, 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 dun. For her to hear the whistle, which point she decided to step back. Once she scuffled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, Grandma! Do you need help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something. The axe posed to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss-poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over, so I can go to the get the water. Chate, I've been restless lately, and I don't want you running into any of those bastards. Relinquishing the axe, grandmother picked up a long pole with a wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far more difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no change in it. Kaine did her best to help with chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take residence a good distance from the area. Yeah, that place is an ass. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter. And rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they called home. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. Though watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood. When she finally managed to connect with the solid stroke, tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head, threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it! Ah, crap! She had suddenly understood the joy of her grandma felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with a blade, but the task was challenging. Blisters soon form on her small pink hands. Oh, this is tough, and my logs are all weird sizes. Ah, goddammit, it's itchy. Spinning on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaine redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. God damn it, Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you... Grandma suddenly... God damn it, suddenly collapsed to her knees. My eye's really playing up now. God damn it, my eye. I can't see shit out of the eye. Okay, causing one of the her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precautiously. Eyes wide, Kaine dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandmother! The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket! Can't let it spill! Kaine steadied the bucket with a foot. She kneeled by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloughed over the side, made a new home in the hem of her dress, but Kaine didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandma by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and battered Kaine away. Stop that, just stop, she cried, breathing heavily. It ain't like I'm dying, just tired from the trip is all. Oh. Kaine desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands, worn face told her more than words could ever. Her grandmother had lived a long and hard life. It seemed the bill was finally coming due. So, I had 4 hours sleep. 4 hours sleep, remember guys? The time when her grandmother watched over Kaine was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, positions would be reversed. Oh. I need breaks in between. The next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkly hand. Oh God, what? Oh man, I'm dead. Grandma, you're sick. You need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kaine gently pushed her down. It's alright, she said. I'll be fine. Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that would melt steel. For what seemed like an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, goddammit. But I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. Old woman watched as Kaine strapped on her boots and made her way down to the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. I even do that, fuck! Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Damo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades. Kaine finally found herself at the entrance of the village. The few adults she could see glared sideways at her, muttered to each other behind raised hands before sinking away into the shadows. Her heart raced and Kaine took a series of rapid shadow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to save Grandma. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over and over as she so slowly made her way. Who would listen exactly to what she thought of Kaine's presence? Hey lady, said Kaine with a bravo she did not feel. Where's that? I don't even know how to fucking pronounce that. The woman flappy cheeks shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me? Seemed to say. Kaine saw that her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Kaine repeated. The woman pointed out a small building to her right before hiking her up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strong sense of pride as she made her way to the new emotion that had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noted a familiar customer at the counter. Okay. Drink time. I did say this was going to go on for a little bit. It was Demo. It's clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand because of his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Oh my god. He spattered. I mean, what are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force. Kaine happily ignored it, stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter. She asked the shopkeeper for the medication. Huh, barked Damo. That old bitch finally kneel over. Go to hell, Damo. The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head. Before he could let fly a comeback or worse, a punch, the shopkeeper told them to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Damo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Whew. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Oh, good. Why am I so... Oh yeah, 3 hours difference, that's why I'm tired. Each with... Wait. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indescribable language. A notion of auras assaulted our nose, creating a scene that was erotic but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely, the world so vast, there would be a place that she could call home. The far wall behind the counter rests a portrait of the stunning young girl. Painting had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Kaine turned to find the shopkeeper with a small vial of medicine in his hands. His eyes were gentle but sad. He seemed to stare through her and into nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now. Aww. Good dude! Ah! Kaine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They're the ones that they're the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked at Kaine and smiled, handing her the medicine, reached out into the sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw. Kaine took it in. Oh god. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Ah. Kaine took an instant step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. Small village, and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe. There's I don't think they matter much. I know your grandma, Kai. I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandma's not as Kai? I thought Kaine suddenly. She was still muttering this new fact over her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the shopkeeper's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, he said as Kaine stood away yet again. And I owe her much. Wager she would like it if you draw a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much. Kaine muttered, quite agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. The tiny, almost step, but it was a step nonetheless. With enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed, her feet blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading to Kaine think she had been pacing around the room and to exhaustion had finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. "Back already, are you?" asked her grandma with a yawn. "Come here and let me have a look at you." Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe, finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befelled her grandchild. She leaned back and allowed herself to relax. "Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble?" "It was kind of fun," said Kaine with a small smile. "No, seriously, it was." "Funny?" asked her grandma in a voice that would imply she believed anything but. "Has this been going on for an hour?" "Uh-huh, so anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know." She spoke. Kaine removed her crayons from her pocket. After a brief explain of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch a portrait. "Portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkly old crone." "But, Grandma, I'll make you live forever." "Forever? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit," said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. "Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help with dinner." But Kaine would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and it slowly drifted to the floor. "It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all." "I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, make drawing easy or something." Old woman's eyes narrowed as her granddaughter's disappointment. "Let me be the judge of that," she said, ignoring the pain of her back and reaching for the paper. Sketch could have been of a person's face, or it could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or incredibly misshaped loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaos raid of colours. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time and started to wheeze out a laugh. "Okay, that was a burp. That was a burp." "Oh, Kaine," she said between laughs, "you truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me and I love it." "Aww. But..." "Hush. I won't hear any more of it." By the way, I'm changing the title of this stream. I didn't realize this was going to go on forever. Give me a second. I'm changing the title because I can't spell Kaine, so... "I'll treasure it always." True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. Okay, there we go. There it is. So I want to spell a name. There we go. Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, action she interpreted as a silent, mocking laughter. Weeks later, Kaine could stand it no more and asked her grandma to take the artwork down. "Aw." "Hush," said the old woman. "Take this down when they roll me in my shroud." She pondered this for a bit, to Kaine and dropped to one knee. "Listen to me, gal. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. Makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness." It was a moment that burned inside Kaine's memory, a perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelike remembrance. She's sworn to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who made her place in the world possible. Time moves on, people and memories move on, in and out of life like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Aww. Forever. Separation. That's not a good sign. Kaine listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object in her plate. She had been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bewildered stare of her grandmother. She finally summoned her courage, gave the object a brief sniff. Sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its way home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug. I don't know why I'm laughing. The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. It's no bug, you fool girl. It's a berry. When the hell would I be feeding you bugs? Yeah, well, it looks like a bug, said Kaine, and I think it's burnt or something because it smells terrible. But Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. Oh yeah, that's terrible, alright. Why, you little brat, laughed the old woman. Look at the sass at you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact. 5 years had passed since the moment Kaine's grandmother saved her from the bullies. It is often the way with two stubborn people that the relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward with all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaine could not remember a time she had been happier. The years went by. Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day. She could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. So this morning found Kaine lacing up her work boots, breakfast of burnt berry rolling through her belly. Well, good, damn it. Where are you going today? Said Grandma suddenly. Kaine looked up surprised. The old woman rarely asks for specifics anymore. Shut up, I can't say that word, okay? I can't say that word. When I was gonna check on the chem trees, yeah, see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm gonna pick some flagstones so I can take the. So I need to take the real wheelbarrow. Flagstones? What in the hell for? I don't even know what flagstones are. Kaine stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swayed it around their house. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. Grandma, a dying cat could chew through this house. I'm gonna build a stone wall so we have some protection. The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. Goddamn girl, if a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let them come. We've got nothing worth stealing anyway. I'm not worried about thieves. I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday. The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. Well, shoot, I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other... Grandma, no. If we don't go to the chem trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that. Confused expression passed along the old woman's face. For a moment she was a small child lost at the carnival. Yes, she said after a bit. Yes, of course you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Seems like my mind is... She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the weave of lunar tears from the drawer. Flower's petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness. Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. You're gonna be a true woman soon, Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. Then that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls and more talking about how beautiful you become. Aww, that is adorable. Annoyed, Oh my god, that's how you spell annoyed? Kaine reached out to remove the ganle, but the look of her grandmother's face stopped her hand. "You're a beautiful thing," said the old woman. "Not another one like you in the world, in all the world." Fucking hell. What the hell did I... Oh, shit. Oh, that was close. I nearly accidentally pulled out the cord for, you know, PlayStation, TV, everything. Oh, whoops. That would have been awkward. Give me a minute. I'm very proud of you. Okay, Grandma, that's enough of the goddamn compliments for one day. Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from? Jeez, I wonder. Did you just sass me? Yelled Grandma. Oh, man. Suddenly, she lurched forward and grabbed Kaine's by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. "Grandma," yelled Kaine in a quacking voice. "Grandma, stop it! What the hell?" The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she had ever seen them. "Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girls. Sometimes my mind just..." Oh. Kaine thought the look on her grandma's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. "Listen," she began, "maybe I should stay home after all." "No, I won't have you stay here and keep an eye on an old cougar like me." I know that's not cougar, I just said it anyway. "Go get your fruit and your water and whatnot and I'll be fine. When you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you." Okay, that's funny. Kaine rolled her eyes and kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kaine could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around, she told herself, but in the end, the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a bent woman standing in front of a ramshack hut with a small, sad expression on her face. God, she looked so old now. It's like wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kaine wrote about her grandma all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow. She only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Me and with Minecraft. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kaine pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crossed the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. Wheelbarrow fell from her fingers, collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead, tracing its path with a finger. Kaine suddenly felt her stomach knot in on itself. Oh no! Oh God, no! Grandmother's house was ablaze. The flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. I love the Shadow Lords. Fuck, what was it called again? It's one of my favorite songs. Grandma! Grandma! Kaine ran there and faster than she ever had moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone, went scrabbling into rocky ground, but she leaped to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. She got closer and closer. Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark, not just fire. Can't be fire, too much smoke. Gotta save her. This is kind of sad. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt. Her worst suspicion confirmed. Smoke was from the fire mingling with the thick, icky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself, 3 twisted feet, and achieved balance through means of a large armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random, chaotic pattern, giving the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar and flickered its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, icky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend such a thing could actually exist. Then the smell hit her, a blend of rotten meat and shit. And the horror... No, that's actually what it is. And the horror became real once more. The creature had bellowed again. This time Kaine responded with a scream of her own. Alright, you bastard, she thought as her scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. It's you and me, let's go! The shade eyed Kaine with a bemused interest and had begun looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction that had so gleefully fought. What? Fuck, I can't pronounce any words. With dread building in her heart, Kaine glanced towards the house. Through the smoke and flames, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. Grandma! The sound of her voice. The old woman began waving fragrantly. She's alive, she thought Kaine. Alive! Kaine's legs sprung to life as she raced across the yard towards the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth, let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Oh shit, split that. Stars danced in front of her eyes as if she tried to remember how her legs worked. Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up now! As Kaine struggled to her feet, the shade stomped towards the house and pinned her grandma to the ground with the tip of her claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might as well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaine lurched to her feet, only to fall back to earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them were surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. Grandma, hold on, just a little longer. Grandma's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until the whites were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women, flickered out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners, short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep within its core. Bastard laughing at us. She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt that the shade was taking joy in their suffering. Yeah, I see your plan. Jade moved his claws slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. Kill this bastard. Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a second snap from her right ankle, her foot twisted backwards. As she forced it from her mind, began to hobble towards the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch at her wrist, she leaped on the foot that pinned her grandma. She plunged the weapon deep. Give her back, she screamed. Give her back to me. It's like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt. The dull snap. The shade panted, there again, then raised its tail and sent it crashing through the air towards the young girl that latched to its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest, sent her crashing to the burning wreckage of the house. Fucking hell, this goes on for a while. She laid onto the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds. A small, weak voice spoke up. Kaine's vision blurred. She forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out Grandma's hand reaching out for her through the smoke. Excuse me. Grandma! Kaine, you gotta run. You can't best this one. Kaine grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. Grandma, come on. We have to go. The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp, thumped to the ground below. Grandma, no, no! I said, Rad, damn it. You have to live. You have to get through. The thought would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the Shade's claws descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from gaps in the creature's toes as a terrible, pungent smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. Oh, when the creature finally lifted up its hand, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but then the sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind, one after the other, faster and faster, until they became a meaningless jungle of noise. Kaine screamed, and a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The Shade eased forward, back pouring from its mouth, dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept towards its prey. Kaine's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles. Her head lobbed dangerously to the side, yet somehow she managed to stand. Fuck, I've been talking like this for a while. Staring at the Shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature so confident that just moments ago, took a slow, hesitant step backwards, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kaine seized the moment, laughing like a madwoman. She leaped into the air, plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the Shade. The Shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if as great weight was resting on her. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? Think it is. Think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kaine's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke, the flames, all of it faded away until all that remained, a single incarnation repeated over and over. Kill it! 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 I'm not going to repeat all this. Kill it now! Sparks that were Kaine's finally began to flicker and die. She felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew louder, longer and longer and longer. Wait, that was it?
beast approaches. Oh, I know.
I forgot about the outfits. Fuck, I've been talking for a while. So guys, I gotta quickly check how long that was. Normally I don't check, but for once I gotta check. 1 hour! Holy fuck! No wonder my voice is dying. I'm not gonna be talking through this entire boss fight, just so I can get my voice back.
What anger this creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today. My sword feels lighter.
It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
God damn it. Okay, this is the part I remember. This shouldn't go on that long. I was eating some chips. I needed my voice back. That's all, guys. Okay, gently. Weakly. Softly. The shade that sure that its tormentor was dead turned and stumped away towards the horizon, stomping along the way to bellow one final roar. Couldn't kill it. By the way, this is before the RIP game, by the way. I forgot about this part. I should not have been eating those hot chips. Shamed upon imagining, Kaine tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gut of blood. It's getting difficult to see. Only after a moment of concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home. Excuse me. And noticed a sagged stump of her arm resting a few feet away. Oh God, my... Yeah, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Cried a silent voice from the depths. Finally gonna die, are ya? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo. She thought at the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes, feed them to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the shopkeeper. Muratale just magically appeared from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you that way you can live forever. No, stop. Don't want to live forever. Want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The ghost shopkeeper flooded in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched it quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kaine and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It's a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kaine opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multiple-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. Stop! No, don't hurt that picture! Kaine reached out with her remaining arm and waved futilely at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture to the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother. She truly was a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The shopkeeper smiled and broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his jig. It's perfect now. She looks just like you. I look like that? Oh God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you gonna wish, sunshine? Fuck, 10 o'clock. I've been talking like this for an hour. I'm gonna stop talking after this for a little bit. Whew. Oh. Voice was Vigo and fierce at the same time. If insanity had somehow found a way to take form, Kaine wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, I wish, like a prayer or something. Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me, save me. Well, this guy's a cunt. Kaine finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. Don't make wishes, they don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak. I should be left to die. The voice boomed in her ears. Oh God, you are the best. Kaine glanced down and saw a black, slimy substance oozing from her legs. Well, that's not good. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her leg and then began moving towards the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upwards, feel the hot, seething pain left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real. Oh God, I can't stop burping now. Come on, said the voice, let it go. Kaine tried to ignore the voice, concentrating on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up. Ready to die? Why not let me have it? Have what? Your body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused, as if licking his lips. When it resumed, it filled with mad, unaidled joy. I want to take your hands and use them to choke the life out of people. Goddamn life out of people. I tear at the throats, bathe in the blood, just like before. Response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. You a shade? Yeah, maybe, what of it? Slime reached her face, crept past her eye, slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kaine was struck with the most powerful sensation she ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small whispered moan. Ugh. Feels good, don't it? Asked the voice with a chuckle. Yeah, but what can I do? Say, I know how to please the ladies. Okay, that's so creepy. Look, give me that body. Come on, give me that body. I'm gonna give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade. By the way, he doesn't want the body as in like normal humans. Black lump began to protrude from Kaine's side as she watched, grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eye must be growing back too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling on how she regained her voice. Stop! Black Ooze hesitated, as if considering this request, and quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing into a cloud of smoke. Look, give me a second. Ah, what the hell, Sunshine, screamed the voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said, can't die yet. Brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her, heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her body was made quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red. That thing took my grandma. I have to kill it before I die. Kaine glazed down at some mysterious pattern. The pattern of the shades burned itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that, Sunshine. I think you and me are going to be good friends now. Kaine stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begun infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop! Gotta stop! Holding her left arm in her right, Kaine took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. Hate's my favorite dish, and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood. Then go out there and... Shut up, shut up, get the hell out of my body. Oh god, that helps. Your body, huh? Oh, that's rich, Sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't we just up and die so I can have... Why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours in the area would love to see you dead. Kaine grabbed it. Oh god, I can't breathe. Kaine grabbed a nearby shade of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kaine screamed and dropped a shard. The sound of bone crunching on bone filled the air. Stupid idiot girl, you're possessed now, Sunshine, and there ain't no going back. Voice laughed again. Long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed? Whispered Kaine. Yeah, possessed. You and me? We got what you call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait until you get a load of you now. Kaine looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow, darker. Because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So, listen, purred the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty in it for you, too. A very powerful creature, Sunshine. Now the power belongs to you. You got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid who keeps picking on you? That big old shade that squished your granny? We wrapped them up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, Sunshine. No more pain. Wait, said Kaine. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What, you think I'm some kind of racist, some killing snob? I don't give a goddamn who you murdered, honey pants. Okay, that's funny. I just want to drink from the well. Kaine considered this as she struggled to her feet. The power of the shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house drifting away with the wind. She enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, a voice spoke up again. So, how about it? You and me, we could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered at Kaine. I'll handle the killing. Screamed the voice. Look at you, old sunshine. We're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name's Tyran, and if you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour, and I like rotten and sour. Kaine found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade. I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. But when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyrone. Count on it. Laughed Tyrone. I'm shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body, so if you ever run out of hay, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, sunshine, and watch your back. Voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kaine herself. Kaine waited.
Ladders, Todd.
Oh, fuck, you scared the shit out of me there. See you, Sam. Where was I? That actually got... Oh my god, I lost where I was. Kaine waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm around a few times. Feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking, prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. I am not a shade. I am Kaine. Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red stained spot in the corner. Ugh. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was a weave of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the Ganya's pearls were as bright as ever. Kaine started to place it in her hair, slowly lowered the weave and stared at it. Sorry, Grandma, I'm so sorry. But I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak. This time, I don't think there's any going back. Give me a sec, my hair is itchy. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kaine fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn, the people of the area arose to their daily lives. She remained in that position, as if tears somehow washed away the horror that now infected her world.
Alive.
Okay, I'm not going to be talking for a while. I think that's it. Oh, I'm going to take a little break from talking.
Grandma. Kaine, you gotta live. You gotta come back to us.
Oh, hey. Emil, you were the one calling me, weren't you?
You still recognize me?
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kaine.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Wow, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
That's a long time. Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
Is that a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Good use anywhere.
Kaine waking from her long
I'll say it
petrified
after.
sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all. Are you kidding me? You can't be serious!
I don't have to do any more reading, but because I won't be talking for a tiny bit so I can get my voice working, as soon as this cutscene's over, I'm going to start a mission that requires me to go into town, talk to a shopkeeper, go to the library, go to another town in the desert. I already have the items. Get that fixed up, go back to the man. It will tell me to go to the Lost Shrine, and the Lost Shrine will be the storyline. I will not be talking during that part because I need my voice back.
Please, try to understand. People are tired and scared, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
This is crap, and you know it!
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, look at me. As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But...
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
I didn't get much sleep that night. For the first time in my life, I hated Devila. For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola. But those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself. I should apologize to Kaine and Emil, but what good would that even do?
I got a fire going.
Wait, is that...
Campfires? I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please?
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade possession thing. My body is different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay, can we just forget I told you about that?
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
Hey.
Oh, hi. I kinda thought you'd never talk to us again.
I understand you're doing this for the village, and that you don't have a choice.
Pretty much, yeah. But look, why don't you go talk to Popola? I think she wanted to discuss the Shadow Lord with you.
I'm headed there next. Oh, and Devila?
Yeah?
Sorry about yesterday.
You don't need to apologize. Anyone would be upset when their friends are hurting. Let Emil and Kaine know that we're sorry, alright?
All right.
Just the person I wanted to see. Do you have a moment?
What's up?
Our water wheel is on its...
This is a replacing the act.
Turns out I have to start the popular part first. Okay. My mouth is a little bit on fire. Okay. The title I have for this stream, I'll use for the next stream. My mouth is on fire, those chips are too much.
Popola?
Oh. Hello.
Look, I want to apologize for
Stop. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but neither did you. You're just trying to protect the villagers. And I jumped down your throat for it.
It's very kind of you to say so. Regardless, Please don't let it trouble you.
Ahem. I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us.
Oh, right. Yes, about that. You know about the lost shrine, right?
The temple where I was first discovered.
That's it. Well, it seems that the Shadow Lord's lair is connected to it somehow.
Oh, it was right under our pages the whole time.
But the bridge that leads there is unusable.
So take a boat.
A
Hi.
boat?
Who's saying hi? Oh, hey Raj, sorry, my voice is dead. I literally had to read a bunch of shit for like an hour straight, so my voice is kind of dead. Also that, and I'm eating hot chips. So, I'm kind of... my throat is killing me.
Yes, the canal's finally been repaired.
But I love this game. I really do.
It took a lot longer than expected.
I'm in my
Emoji
second...
happy
Shades
tears.
off.
You missed the entire 1 hour of me just reading. Oh, luckily I wasn't doing voices like I was doing in Doki Doki, or else I probably would have lost my voice halfway through it. So even though it was two females talking, you just hear a man's voice the entire time.
I also asked them to provide a boat at the path to the Lost Shrine's back entrance.
I have to beat this game 3 times to get every single ending. Unless if you use my trick. It's a simple trick. You just save in a different spot, or don't save after the credits go. One of the two.
The ferryman will let you use it free of charge. That should make it easier for you to move from town to town.
Thanks, Popola. I feel like you've done so much for me. I'm really grateful. Alright, I'll see you around.
And for the love of everything, be careful.
And because I'm through my second playthrough of this, I'm using a different costume, so if they say they see shit, they can actually see it. Costume doesn't do anything to stop them from seeing. Last night Todd told me stories until I fell asleep. I don't remember anything he said, but boy was I happy. That's what I did for the last hour. And nearly an hour and a half.
The path above the entrance to the shopping district should lead to the boat landing.
Okay, I'm gonna do the side mission.
How excellent to know the canal is finished. Hopefully this puts our days of running all over behind us.
The faster we can move, the faster we can save Yona. Let's use it as often as we need.
Technically, I have finished this game, got the ending A. I also got the speedrun achievement for it, but, well, that was unintentional. Here it is, he's the guy I need to talk to.
Hey, you. You ever seen a treasure map
I
before?
hate this mission.
A treasure map?
To get every single ending, I need every single weapon. And this mission gets me a weapon.
Yeah, a treasure map. You know, a map that shows you where to find buried treasure. I'm collecting them. My lifelong dream is to one day roll naked in a pile of sweet, sweet treasure.
That's an interesting dream.
So that's why I'm looking for a new treasure map or two. If you find one, bring it on over to me, alright?
Sure thing. I guess I should know where to look for a treasure map before telling the guy sure thing.
One could hardly expect to stumble across such a thing lying on the ground. Perhaps we should look for a place where old documents are stored.
Old documents, huh?
Main reason why I hate this quest, like I said in the last part, it takes me literally
Why don't you play Fortnite someday?
I don't really like Fortnite. I haven't really played it in years. Literally, my second ever game in the Battle Royale, I got second. But Battle Royale type games haven't really been my style. Actually, Fall Guys is fun, but normal Battle Royale type systems. Hell, I don't even like Warzone from Modern Warfare. But everyone has their own flavor of taste. This is my third favorite game this year. Maybe not the whole talking shit. In case you're wondering why I'm rolling, it's a little faster than running. It's over here.
Okay.
This book is pretty beat up.
Give me a second, Raj. I hate when that does that.
As a fellow tome, I find this a sad sight to behold.
Like,
Where
I don't...
books receive the respect they deserve.
Like, I don't really like Apex Legends that much, but I play it sometimes. Rarely. Yeah.
Calm down. I'm sure it had a happy life. Let's see here. Hey, is this a map?
It is, and one with many unusual markings at that. But
Yeah,
Whoops,
it's so
shit.
damaged I can't make heads or tails of it.
Oh, so I forgot to mention. Not only was that an hour of just reading, I've only had like 3 hours sleep, and this is my second stream today. The first one was of a game called Predator. Please. We didn't. I don't even have Apex installed.
I wager the damaged sections can be repaired.
I'm pretty bad
Perhaps
at
the
it.
facade at Strange Things store would be able to assist us.
Worth a shot.
But yeah, no joke. I don't even have Apex installed. Got a letter for Emil. He said Todd is super cool and really, really cool. I really hope I can kick his butt. But yeah, no joke. I don't have Fortnite or Apex installed. Even with a hard drive, I've had to make some space every now and again. Okay, because this game doesn't have autosave, I'm saving right here. Okay, I have to take the boat, go to the desert, go to the shop. I already have the items because this is the second playthrough. I also need to buy every single weapon from every single shop. I used to until I lost Foxtel. I have watched until the end of the, what is it called? The people who dress up as zombies. I forgot what they were called, but until the end of that saga. It was after that saga did I lose the Foxtel.
Hey, look who it is.
The only channel I could watch
me?
Walking Dead on.
That red bag. By my pages.
But yeah, I would
You're
watch
the
that if I
sovereign
did,
half
if
of
I had
that couple
Foxtel.
who refused to stop arguing.
Hey, it's been a while.
Sure has. I've been in charge of this canal since we last talked.
I forgot what season. I think it was, yeah, season 10 was cut into 2 parts because they were going to end on season 11. I haven't seen any of new season 11. I saw the ending of the original part of season 10 and then I lost Foxtel because I'm moving house.
Apparently I did a pretty good job with it because they decided to make me the permanent ferryman.
It's had what happens in this game, but I've already shown it.
Oh yeah, huh? Congrats.
Thanks. Still, it's not all puppies and unicorns. The old ball and chain is always harping on me now about how much I work. Anyway, if you got a place to be, just let me know and I'll take you there.
Rick, yeah, he's meant to be in 3 different movies that are meant to be connecting or something to the series. I don't know how that's going to work out. I haven't heard anything besides Rick being in 3 movies. That's all I've heard. From what the small, tiny bit of information I've got from season 11, I haven't heard anything about him. Because they would probably make a big deal of him coming back, so... Because I have Facebook and, like, Facebook spoils shit for me. Oh, so fuck you, Scorpios. Ha! Favorite character in The Walking Dead, because I have not watched it in such a long time, it is a bit hard to rate. What was his name? No, that wasn't his name. No, that was a fucking bat's name. That was Lucille. Fuck. I'm bad with remembering people's names, so I can only remember names because you guys have showed it. But the guy who has Lucille as the bat. That guy. I forgot what his name is. This is for a side mission. Don't worry, I'm bad with I can remember faces pretty well, but I cannot remember names. The only reason I can remember your names is literally, I think it literally says what your name is, or not real name, it doesn't matter. The name I call ya. Like, you guys know me as Todd, obviously, but that's not my real name.
Hey, can you fix damaged books? And what would those materials be?
Okay, here's a question. Out of machine oil, eggplants, and goat hides, which item do you think was the hardest for me to get? I already have all the ingredients, but which one do you think was the hardest to get? No joke, when I first played this game on my main account, the Todd West account, I think you're friends with that account. This is the Toddy Boy account, this is a side account. Mine is... Oh, Daryl, yeah, crossbow guy. Wait, what? 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 Wait a minute. Oh no. No. What? I brought eggplant. Wait, did I accidentally sell an eggplant? Oh my god. Shut up. I don't think please tell me I can buy eggplant here. Fuck! I brought eggplant. I must have sold it when I was buying some weapons earlier. Last part. Eggplant, and... Fuck! I know where to get it, it's just gonna cost me some more time. Fucking hell. I have to leave this area, go back to the town I was just in, come all the way back, after buying a fucking eggplant. Oh my god. I brought the eggplant! Okay, in case you're wondering, the item out of those three that was the hardest to get was goat hides. On my other account, it took me 20 minutes to get all three. Not because goats are hard to find, but because they would never fucking drop the goat hides. Sorry for my language, but this game has swearing. Hard work. I hate this quest, because this quest has like 10 parts to it, and this is only part 2. The parts aren't hard, it's just, you literally have to go everywhere in the world. You have to talk to the guy, grab the map, bring the map here, get the items, which I thought I had all items. I must have somehow sold the eggplant somewhere along the line. Then you have to go back to the guy, talk to him, then go to the area where the storyline's going to go, the Lost Shrine, grab the item there, go back to the man, talk to his wife, go back here, sell the shit, go back to the man, give him the shit, then use another map, and the boat's on it, and grab the map he gives you, the second new map he gives you, and go to a different place and grab the weapon. The reason why I don't want to go to the Lost Shrine yet is because I hate the Lost Shrine.
Oh there!
Like, it's not hard, it's just a little bit annoying. It's annoying. All the other quests only have like side quests have like 3 parts to it. We're not talking about ones that are separate, like part 1, part 2, shit like that. We're just talking about like one singular... Oh wait, eggplant. There's a woman over here that can sell me eggplant. It's not you. Actually, I think it might be you. Yeah. Now this game has 4 different endings. I did ending A, which was last stream. I have experience. Ending A, I have to finish the game on my second playthrough. It only starts at the part you saw, roughly. You don't have to go through the entire game, luckily. To get to the second ending. All endings are different. To get the third and fourth ending, which are not similar, but you have to make a choice. You have to get all 33 weapons. This mission will get you a weapon. Thank fuck you don't have to upgrade all the weapons. Oh, so thanks to the NieR Automata DLC, which was free, which is where I got these outfits from. Those don't... You get extra weapons on top, but those weapons don't count, so there's actually 36 or something of them now, or 38, I need to check the real number. By the way, these outfits are NieR Automata, the game I'm going to stream after I finish this series. Oh, and Raj, if you want to see some stupidity shit, you should have seen me make the rules, custom rules for Predator Hunting Ground. I streamed that for like 3 hours. That was fun. My friends hated me. Let's see. I have actually. I've got all 4 Five Nights at Freddy's. But at the moment, I actually have a friend going through horror games, so I don't want to copy him. He also has a fucking PS5, but we're not going to talk about that. I'm not angry that he got a PS5. I'm angry that I ordered one before him, but mine was cancelled. He got his. I ordered mine back in October
I got the
last year.
materials you needed. Not that I have any idea how they're supposed to be helpful.
In case you're wondering how these guys can understand these guys' language, the book.
Sachi, Sarikisa. Dere sakete, takude itte. Yari jitto de kitare.
I did get my money back. Or 700 of it.
Hey, this looks great.
700
Let's get it
something
back
of
to
it.
the client.
There was some spare cash I had. Okay, now I have to go back into the town I was just in. There is no fast travel except for that except for that boat you saw me use earlier. There is no fast travel. Oh, so I will be back here for the storyline. Oh, I know. So did I mention there's no autosave in this game? I used to play the guy I used to play Friday the 13th with a lot. Sadly doesn't even have a PS4 anymore, so I could start playing one of my favorite horror games, Dead by Daylight, again, but my PlayStation keeps overheating and it takes forever to find a game. And also I heard there's so many glitches in that game now. But one of my friend's boy who I was playing Predator with earlier today streamed it. He plays that game. I play as a survivor, not a killer. He's just down here. Okay, back to my village. Talk to the guy. Oh my god, this is crazy. I hate this quest. It's the only quest in the game I hate. But like I said, this game is my third favorite of all of this year. My second favorite is NieR Automata, which the outfits came from.
Oh, it's you, eh?
Oh, it's a woman. Oh yeah, I don't have to talk to him, I have to talk to her.
Is your husband around? I have something for him.
Sorry, he's out shopping for weapons right now.
Oh, alright. Well, can you give him this book?
I have that game, but I streamed it on Twitch, but then I got bored. This was before I even had 100 subs.
Fine.
If I may, madam, what is it about our transaction that has you so dissatisfied?
This is another map, isn't it? Well, as soon as he sees it, he's going to run off on some fool treasure hunt again. One of these days, he's going to get himself killed.
Wait, I think there's one more step, 2 more steps I forgot to mention. Fuck!
I understand. I know what it's like to worry about someone.
I don't suppose... Look, is there any way you can find this treasure? If you can track it down and bring it to my husband, that would be enough to satisfy his
streamed
curiosity.
that, got bored of that. But I got bored of it because I only had just played it myself. I don't usually play stream games that I had just played recently. This game and NieR Automata are exceptions to that rule because I love those two games. These two games.
I think we can do that. But first, we gotta figure out where this map leads.
That seems like Popola's area of expertise. Perhaps she has some advice for us.
Yeah, I forgot about this little step.
Let's...
Surely you are aware that meddling in the affairs of a married couple will accomplish nothing.
Look, I took on a job and I'm gonna see it through.
All good.
Your sense of duty is positively breathtaking.
Yeah, I know what it feels like to
Detroit
worry about
become
family.
human, you mean? Yeah.
If we can keep others out of danger by handling stuff like this, I'm all for it.
Hey,
It is a
I'm not
tremendous
gonna correct you.
And yes,
Most
I
of the time.
cannot say I dislike that way of thinking.
Yeah, I have to come all the way back in here, talk to the lady I just talked to for the storyline. By the way, this mission won't pop up unless you've talked to her before. Just remember, when I first played this game by myself on my other account, not streaming, I did all of this before. Okay, so that's how I know what I'm doing. Because I've literally done this one part. I've done this half of the game about 4 times now.
Hey, got a minute?
This is the
I have a
second time
map
I've
I
done the
need your
side
help with.
quest.
Sure. What kind of map?
Here, let me show you.
This looks like a map of the Lost Shrine. Apparently this leads to some unidentified object of great importance.
Actually, Raj, well, I might as well tell you what my next couple games I have planned. Like, this is not kind of multiplayer games which are going to come in between, because I like taking breaks and shit. But solo streams like this, you know, single player games, I already have 3 games I want to play. This one, NieR Replicant, NieR Automata, and one that I couldn't decide on, but I decided on it. Ghost of... I can't pronounce the fucking word.
It also talks about a hidden room in the Lost Shrine where sunlight doesn't reach. I bet that's where your secret treasure is hiding.
But because of friends, I don't actually, try to... I don't actually, shit, sorry, I'm burping too much Pepsi. I don't organize my streams around friends. If they're not on, I just go to these single player games. If they're on, I'll stream multiplayer games with them. They don't mind.
A hidden room in the Lost Shrine, huh? Thanks for the help.
Oh, not at all. Glad to be of
Yep, that's the
service.
one. I do not have the DLC. It was either going to be that game or The Witcher 3. I couldn't decide, but I decided to do the Ghost after NieR Automata, which is my second favorite game. I will never stream my favorite game this year. Never. Mostly because the end part of the game is blocked, and it's like a huge chunk of the game blocked off. Which is the main reason why I'm never going to stream my favorite game this year, which is called Persona 5 Royal. By the way, I don't count the games that's coming out this year, I mean games I brought this year. That's how I see it. Okay, now we're gonna go all the way back to the boat guy. But good news, we're not going back to the desert. We're going to do a little bit of storyline.
Oh there!
Oh, fucking hell. By the way, I can actually go to the desert without going to this guy. Yeah, I have played it a lot and I love it. But I did buy it last year, so I can't put it on my top 5 list. I haven't even finished it. By the way, this game's all about fighting too. Oh, you should have seen the plot twist in this game. But, you know what? I'm not going to spoil it. It's in the other stream. Plus, I have to repeat the...
The Lost Shrine's up ahead, just past this cave.
As well as the Shadow Lord's castle.
I also have to repeat the plot twist multiple times anyway to get all the endings anyway, so... For example, if you don't go back and watch the streams, you won't, and you watch the next stream, for example, and I go through the plot twist, you'll see it anyway.
Let us make haste.
Yeah, after I streamed this game and NieR Automata. NieR Automata took me about 6 parts. There's only 4 main endings. There's 26 endings in NieR Automata, but I don't need to get all of them. Oh, so because this is the second walkthrough, we can hear what the shades are talking about. Yep, Hansel and Gretel. Sadly, Hansel's dead. You don't see this in the first walkthrough. So first playthrough, it's complete normal. Second playthrough, you get to see what the bosses talk about. Third playthrough, they add like 2 cutscenes. No point doing a 4th playthrough. All good, Raj. See ya. It's been nice talking with ya. How is my phone charged anyway? Oh, 44. In case you're wondering, I'm still in lockdown. I've been in lockdown since June. Or was it July? Or was it before June? No, it was June. It was end of June. I've been in lockdown since. Mostly, Raj, I'm picking my own games because I did let people pick 2 games in a row. So, I'm picking 3 games in a row. Then I might go back to people picking, if that makes any sense. Because people, SCP picked Hollow Knight and practically everybody picked Doki Doki. Fuck Doki Doki, that broke me. That game broke me. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I used to have this computer, laptop, whatever, where if you didn't have it in the if you didn't ever charge it, it would always die. It had to always have the charger in it. Don't worry, the shades will appear soon. They're inside the shade, inside the area. Oh, so Lost Shrine, my least favorite place in this entire game because I've been here over 20 times. You have to come here 3 times per playthrough. Oh, so this game is pretty fucking depressing, by the way, Raj. I know you said you're going because you've phoned, but still. See you, Raj. I don't know why I did the hand motion because you can't see me do the hand motion. That was weird. I hate this place. It's simple, but I just hate it.
Sunshine. We finally get to bathe in blood.
Don't.
Oh, so because Raj is gone, I'm going back to big screen. Oh, so Tyrell is now talking. The shade inside of Kaine.
I want to kill so bad I can barely stand it.
Yep, you don't get to hear his voice in the first playthrough, you only get to hear it in the second playthrough. And Bird. Damn shades. Even though they're the real humans, they have to die. Because the main character doesn't know it. Shh. Three, two, one. Meta. Okay, the spare room's back this way, isn't it? Oh, no, wait. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I know where it is. Haha. It's at the top. Okay, I have to do these puzzles again, too. Every time. But yeah, I'll still do multiplayer streams. That's not being cancelled or anything. I just don't plan around my friends because in case they cancel. I try to... Oh wait, I gotta push this a bit more down. Because I try to plan around my friends, but they would always cancel, so I don't plan around my friends anymore. If they play with me, then I might stream it, depending on how I feel. Best way.
This is all too easy.
I actually need to get a few levels, so I'm gonna grind a little. Because I do have to be like level 35 to get free weapons. And even then I had a lot of trouble. I have to do something called the 15 Nightmares. It's back here, isn't it? Yeah, it's right here. Pile of junk.
Is this the treasure?
Not but a pile of junk. It seems this treasure map was a ruse.
Now what? His wife isn't gonna like this at all.
Okay, I'm gonna do the main storyline while I'm here. Oh, don't fall, don't fucking fall. Oh, wrong way, I went the right way earlier. I'm gonna break my controller doing that, you know? Oh, my eye's playing up again. Simple. Push, 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 push. Trust me, I've done these puzzles so many times it's not even funny. I don't have to push them all the way down, it just helps. Makes things a little easier. By the way, when I come here again later in the playthrough, no, I'm not showing that off this time. These will be magically put back into normal place, so I don't need to worry about where I put them actually.
What's with these guys?
Certainly not your garden variety, Shades.
Their bodies aren't fully functional.
Say, I've heard of this. A cursed area where incomplete shades gather.
Whew. I got the... Should be... yeah. It's nearly there. Oh yeah, I forgot about this room. Bucket! Done. That room's clean. How do I do this one? Shit. Oh yeah, easy. Piece of cake. Yep, even in my third playthrough I have to do this. Yeah, I ran out of ammo. Items a lot. Door's just over here, isn't it? Oh no, I actually have to fight in this room. Okay, this is the fight room. I'm at the top. There's always this one room where you have to fight, and that's this room. My voice is still dying. I really need to get some sleep. Yep, there's the door just over there. Bye-bye. Easy. I like how they added that.
Kaine, Emil, look, from now on, I'm going to sleep outside with you.
Why?
I can't accept that you aren't allowed in the village. It's stupid.
So you're staging a protest? Fun!
Don't waste your time.
But it just feels wrong.
Well, that's really nice of you, but you still don't have to stay out here with us. You've got a super important mission. You can't sleep out in the rain. What if you catch a cold?
Emil, that's enough. I got a fucking image to maintain.
We seem to be surrounded by...
This is hard. Just kick him aside.
Let me just murder these fuckwits. They're much easier than in my first playthrough. I'm way too strong for them. Even the boss will be no challenge for me. Fuck yeah. Wouldn't entry. Fuck yeah. I now do 5% more damage. Gonna save it quickly. I'm not gonna talk because I'll let them do the talking.
What's going on? There's dozens of them!
These are creatures of the darkness. Lure them to the light. Pathetic to the end, I see.
Aim for that statue. It's the leader.
Oh, you're funny. I'm gonna start crying.
Come on, buddy. Get out of your shield. Get out of your shield. Look at the damage I'm doing to him. He doesn't stand a chance.
Creatures, you cannot hope to best me.
These little bastards just keep coming.
Have you felled the beast?
This is one stubborn son of a bitch.
Damn it, damn it, damn it!
Hey there, Sunshine. You ain't feeling bad for this freak, are ya? Ain't no turning back now. You got a lust for blood. Embrace this slaughter. All we know is the thrill of battle. Ain't that right, Kaine?
Kaine!
Oh, you're kidding me!
Time to die, buddy. Oh, by the way, if you want to get the speed running trophies of the bosses, you have to skip all cutscenes, because the cutscenes have been cut into the time. It's near impossible to do it without the cutscenes.
Kaine! Are you alright? Kaine!
I fear there is little we can do for her.
No! Kaine!
What is happening?
It's all over for you, Sunshine.
Kaine! Kaine! It's Kaine's shade!
With no other choice, we must strike it down.
Kaine! Come back!
Now, pin her down.
Kaine, please! Come back to...
Oh dear.
Oh cool, I got the speedrun trophy for that boss.
Kaine! Kaine!
Kaine!
I couldn't hold it back. I can't be with...
We're always going to be together, Kaine. If you transform again, we'll just stop it again. As many times as it takes. I don't care how tough it is. We're gonna get you back. I like sleeping outside because I'm with you, Kaine. I'm able to ignore my appearance and keep going because of you. I'm weak, and I'm sad, and I'm lonely. But you make me strong. You're my friend, and I need you. So don't you dare leave me!
All right. Stop crying. And thanks. I'm all right.
Over there. And what is this, hmm?
Beats me. It's got some kind of writing on it, but I don't know what it says.
How remarkably useless of you. Well, let's go ask Popola.
What time is it? Holy shit, 11 o'clock. Fuckity fuck.
It's a cipher of some kind.
Can you determine its meaning?
I think this is the key to unlocking the Shadow Lord's castle. Here, take a look at this. I wrote down all the words I can understand. This fragment is called the Stone Guardian. Given that you found it in the Lost Shrine, the words must mean something. There are spaces here for 4 other fragments as well. Sacrifice, the Law of Robotics, the Memory Tree, Loyal Cerberus. The Law of Robotics probably refers to the Junk Heap, and the Memory Tree might be the Forest of Myth. But as for Sacrifice and Loyal Cerberus, I don't have a clue.
Not a problem.
Hmm?
If we want to fill in the words, we just run around the world killing every big monster we find, right?
Oh, splendid. By all means, let us undertake a murderous rampage.
They're just shades. Besides, it's the only way to reach the Shadow Lord.
It's a dangerous task.
Yeah, well, Yona's in even more danger.
But how can you even be sure that she's...
Because she is! Right? The Junk Heap and the Forest of Myth, yeah? I'm on my way.
Please be careful. Oh, and listen. About Kaine and Emil. The villagers know how much they've sacrificed, and they're thankful. It's just... they're scared, you know? People can't change overnight. I'll hurry them along the best I can. But can you please give them a little more time?
I'll try.
Okay, the Forest of Myth I'm just gonna skip altogether. Like, I'll show it on stream, but I won't be reading that because it doesn't change. Besides the puzzle changing a little bit, it doesn't really change at all. It's easy to work out once you know the solution. But, and also, I can skip the first half of Junk Heap now. Which I love. So, I'll go to the Junk Heap, say that I need the item to upgrade the weapon, go inside the Junk Heap area, it will tell me I have the item, leave, give him the item, and done. Forest of Myth I'm just going to skip altogether. Like
Popola
you can't,
said
but...
we might be able to find...
Perhaps we can find a clue at Two Brothers' weaponry.
But, instead of continue on, it's getting pretty late for me. So, okay. So, the Law of Robotics, I have to do the Junk Heap twice. The first one I already have the item for, so I can skip it mostly. But, I will do the Junk Heap, then I will go to Forest of Myth to clean that up, like, quickly. Then I will go back to Junk Heap. Oh, and no, I would have to go back into town anyway to pick up the letter. Shit. But yeah, I go back into Junk Heap after picking up the letter. Then, after picking up the letter, I go back to Junk Heap, deal with that shit. Then after that, ooh, could it be... It depends on the order of shit, actually. No way, I think that's what's next. Okay. So yeah. Junk Heap, Forest of Myth, Junk Heap, then I will pick after. Now, to save. I think that's gonna be it for me tonight. It's 11 o'clock. I don't know when I'll be streaming this again, but I already said it earlier. NieR Automata is after this series, and then the Ghost game is after this series. But it's been fun, guys. 5 hours, fuck. Over 5 hours of streaming today. Whew. I don't know if I was streaming tomorrow. I actually need my sleep. I've literally only had 3 hours sleep. I've streamed more than I have slept today. Yeah, it's been fun. See yous.